What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Death by Video. I am your host, Jared, as always, back here with another honest reaction. Now today, it's a band that I have a pretty extensive history with. It's a band I've listened to for over 20 years now, but I haven't really listened to much of their new stuff in the last 10 years, I'd say. Now, the band's Cradle of Filth, which I'm sure anybody who's probably clicked on this has heard of Cradle of Filth. They've been around for almost 30 years now. And they are one of the kind of classic black metal bands that really kind of brought that darker black metal, I wouldn't say totally into the mainstream, but more into the mainstream than it ever had been before. I remember the very first time I heard Cradle of Filth, it was back in, I think it was 2001, and it was, the album I was hearing was Midian, and I remember hearing Her Ghost in the Fog. That was the first song that my buddy played for me, and I was completely blown away. Like, I was like, what kind of vampire evil shit did we just listen to, you know? I didn't know what they looked like either. I just heard the music, and then I saw them. I'm like, okay, that's pretty much exactly how I pictured Cradle of Filth was going to look like. But anyways, I ended up getting pretty big into Cradle of Filth. I've seen them live 3 times. I've celebrated their albums up through the late aughts there, but around that time I kind of got out of the black metal a little bit, and I kind of got more back into hardcore, and I just haven't really listened to much of their newer stuff, and the newer stuff I have heard of theirs I wasn't totally thrilled with, but I saw that they have a new video that just came out. I think it's for a new album also, that I have not heard yet. And I thought it'd be fun to kind of visit an old classic band of mine and see if they can kind of still bring it. Danny Filth has got to be he's got to be in his 50s now, I would think. I don't know how long he can keep those pig squeals in his voice, because that's got to wear on your throat after a while, like after doing it for 30 years. When I kind of veered off and stopped listening to them, they were kind of getting a little bit lighter and a little more electronic, it seemed. I want to see if they've kind of had a bit of a return to form from what I was used to with like Midian and Damnation in a Day, and Thornography was a bit of a lighter album, but I really liked it. But that was kind of around the time I did stop listening to them, so I'm interested to see what their new shit is going to sound like. So I'm not gonna talk our ears off forever. Let's go ahead and get into the video. I didn't know they were on Napalm Records now either. This is kind of what I expect from their videos. Some woman dressed up real creepy, and I like that. There he is, still with those pig squeals. Oh, I see that she's got a split tongue. Oh, gross. He sounds good though, man. This sounds pretty good so far. Oh, they got the blast beats going, yeah. That's kind of old school. Oh, yeah. I love it when he sings like this. It sounds just so evil. Oh, I love it. Yeah. This does sound kind of like older Cradle of Filth. I like it a lot. Yeah. Cool video. Who knows what any of it means? Does anybody know what any Cradle of Filth videos means? Like, just all this like horror goth imagery that where the chick had her tongue split around that looks like a little rock hammer or something. It's just like, oh man, I anytime I bite my tongue, it's like the worst for me. And just watch this, it's just, yeah. I know I listen to a lot of crazy music, so I should be kind of used to seeing this shit. But man, the split tongue thing just kind of touches a sore spot for me for some reason. I don't know why. Anyways, let's get back into it. I like the guitar work in this. A little more active than I'm used to them being. That chorus is a fire. Seriously, that is an awesome chorus. When he's got different ways he uses his voice that are pretty unique, kind of to Danny Filth. Like he kind of was the originator of that high pitched squeal like that that he's been doing for the last 30 years. But then he kind of gets a little bit of a more throaty when it like kind of like not, I wouldn't say Marilyn Manson-ish, but I guess it's more just him. It's his thing. But it's like throaty, but there's almost like a little bit of a scream on it at the same time, and it's really unique, and I really like how we use it in this chorus here. And I was saying their guitar work it's much more active than I'm used to hearing from them, especially from the last few albums I've heard of theirs. Like back in the day, they were kind of a little more crazy, like in your face riffing, but this is kind of a bit of a return to form for them. It doesn't. I wouldn't say it goes back to like their late '90s, like Midian-ish era. I'd say it's more the next era. It sounds like Damnation in a Day and on from there. The next couple albums, but I really liked Damnation in a Day. I know it wasn't everybody's favorite album, but I thought it was one of their best ones. And I'm really digging this song. So let's get back into it and see what the rest of it sounds like. Oh, there's still like 3 minutes left. All right. That's a cool looking mask though. Yeah. Damn, a little bit of soloing going on here too, and it's a little different than I'm used to from them. Wow. Okay, so that wasn't the most intricate solo I've ever heard by any means, but it was like brooding. It was like kind of just building up. It was more that it wasn't really the soloing that was doing it as much as the drums and the bass behind it. Because it's usually when bands play a solo, it's over top of music that was part of the verse and part of the chorus and stuff. But this was kind of a complete different take on all that, and it just kind of really added to the atmosphere of the solo. And like I said, it wasn't super intricate, but it was intricate enough. But yeah, just that mood that it kind of created while it was going on and building up to where we're at now. So I want to see where it goes from here. Hopefully I didn't cut off the solo. Okay, I think I got it at the right spot. Creepy.
She's a smoldering thumb, poised to make good on ignitable sins. Poised to make good on that delightful.
They did a really good job. Whoa, that one kind of made me a little bit wistful there. That was awesome. I'm so fucking happy I heard that song. Like I said, I used to listen to Cradle of Filth a lot back in the day, and I would still put on some of their classic tracks, but I had fallen off from them, and I'm so glad I gave some of the new stuff a chance, because that is the best song I've heard from them in at least 10 years. Wow, I loved it. I did. It was a lot of I guess Cradle of Filth nostalgia for me. Just they really got back into the blast beats of it. He used his voice in all the ways that I like him to use his voice. They really kind of, like, especially get into that solo, it just kind of really broke you down a little bit. And then it got into that nice softer part, and that I actually like those parts of their songs too, when they get into like a more classical themed like piano or their strings or whatever they do in whatever other videos or songs. But they do that in a lot of their songs. It helps kind of separate from the heavy for a little bit to be able to smash it home to you at the end there, and they did. And I'm very impressed. I'm definitely going to check out more new Cradle of Filth. I think that this is a single for a new album, and I think it might be the first single for the album. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Please let me know in the comments. And like I said, I'm a big Cradle of Filth fan. I'm a little behind the times with them also, so don't shit on me for falling off of them for so long. I'm definitely back, and I will be checking out more of their stuff. One thing that I found kind of odd is I didn't see any of the band members in the whole video. Like, it was a really cool video. They did an awesome job. The cinematography and the makeup and costumes were fucking fantastic. It looked like it was like out of a legit high budget horror movie. And that tongue thing you can't fake. They got a legit person with a slit tongue for that. I'm sure there's plenty of Cradle of Filth fans that have the split tongue that would fill the void for them if need be. But yeah, one thing I really noticed is that the band is not in the video at all. You know, usually Danny's kind of featured a lot of the times in a video, like, especially when, like, this one's called She Is a Fire. A lot of their songs are about romantic horror songs, basically. And it's usually kind of got Danny singing and the woman in the video kind of reacting to what he's singing, and like there's a kind of a back and forth story usually in their videos of this type anyway. And in this one, it was just the women in the video. It was all about her, and it didn't really have the band in it for a split second, you know, which is kind of weird. And I was kind of curious too, because I know that they've changed guitar players over the years too. So I kind of want to find out if this is another new guitar player. Like I said, it sounded a little more active on the fretboard. Like there was just a little bit more going on this time than what I'm used to from their more recent stuff. When I saw them live, the last time I saw them live, I think it was like 2006, and they still had, I think, the same guitar player that they'd had when I first started listening to them. So it was kind of an era there, and then I think he left the band not too long after that. If you guys have any other like older Cradle of Filth songs like that are from say the last 10 years that you think I might like that are more along the lines of this, definitely send it my way. Put it down in the comments. While you're there, go ahead and like and subscribe to the video. It definitely helps with the algorithm, with helping us build the community that we want. Like I've said in the past, I'm not looking to make any money off of this. I'm just here to try to have fun and talk about music. And I like making videos, you know? It's a nice hobby to have. So I really appreciate the support that you guys have all given me so far. It's only been about a week and we're up to, I think I've got 42 subscribers now, and actually I think 43 subscribers, and we're at almost 2,000 views. So I feel pretty good about this, and I really appreciate you guys helping me getting this channel off the ground and building the community moving forward. But that's all I've got for today, so until next time, I'll check you later, Death Heads.